Merry Christmas, everyone. Peyton Snabeck here again for a Christmas DVD and Blu-ray update. All these movies are Christmas related. Since I had a lot of Christmas movies on the watch list, so I have 10 movies here to talk about, 5 Blu-rays and 5 DVDs. As usual, I'm going to talk about the Blu-rays first and then the DVDs. So, all except for only one DVD I am going to sell, though. Everything else is a keeper. So, the first one here I got, this is from, Vestron Video, and I cannot wait for, Vestron Video's, new release, that comes out next month, 4 days after my birthday, as a matter of fact. This was one I was so excited when it finally came out, the Blu-ray. You know, it's the Silent Night, Deadly Night collection here on Blu-ray for the very first time. And it looks really great on Blu-ray, actually. This is actually not exactly the collection. It just includes parts 3, 4, and 5. And, you know, The Dentist comes out the Blu-ray next month from Vestron Video, which I cannot wait to finally have, because those were movies I was really hoping. Same thing with these ones. These two movies were ones I was really hoping would come out the Blu-ray. So I'm so excited for them to finally come out. And, you know, part 3 was, when it comes to, like, these movies, you know, I remember the first time when I watched them, I didn't really like them. I mean, it wasn't the fact I hated them. They weren't, like, my favorite, you know? But I liked 3 and 5 a lot better than how I used to. I still have... I'm still a little bit bored with the 4th one, but other than that, though, I mean, I just consider these kind of, like, movies to, like, just fun, like, movies to watch around, you know, the Christmas time. Like, Part 3 was kind of... Now, Part 3 had to do with, like, the Ricky Caldwell story, or the Killer Santa Claus story. That was about, I think, 6 years after the events of the second movie. You know, the Ricky Caldwell character, that's played by Bill Moseley, has been in a coma for the past 6 years, and it's him targeting this blind girl, and the blind girl has all these I don't know, like, these kind of like visions or something, or like the psychic powers or something. But 4 and 5, that was kind of like when it had nothing to do with the first 3 movies. You know, the 4th one had to do with this person who, this reporter that was doing an investigation on this murder that happened, and she gets possessed by these by a coven of these witches. And the 5th one, the fifth one, I actually really liked a lot better than how I used to. You know, I watched it the other night, and I just had so much fucking fun with it. That one starred Mickey Rooney. What's kind of weird, too, is, you know, when the first Silent Night, Deadly movie came out, Mickey Rooney was one of those people who hated the first movie, and then 7 years later, he's in the 5th movie, so it's kind of weird. But the 5th one was mainly about these killer Christmas toys, and mainly had to do with this little boy who witnesses his father get killed by a Christmas toy, and he gets traumatized about it, and he doesn't speak again. You know, he's so traumatized about it. That's basically what it is, but really great movies here. Feature-wise, you get an audio commentary on all of them. Pretty much, like, new interviews and stuff, trailers, still galleries. That's pretty much, that's just about it. You know, Clint Howard is in Part 4 and 5. Well, in 5, he has, like, a quick cameo in that one. But, you know, great that these ones are finally out on Blu-ray. Alright, the next one here I got. This is one I rebought the Blu-ray of because, well, I had the Blu-ray, but I remember years ago that when Blu-ray was was kind of like new, I think back in 2007 or 8, I remember them promoting the 3D version of this movie, but it was, you know, the Polar Express here in, on Blu-ray, but this is actually the regular, not like Blu-ray 3D or like the real D. It's actually regular. It's on the regular Blu-ray. It's in, like, the blue and red 3D. And, yes, I agree. I'm kind of like, I am kind of like getting, I don't know if it's because I'm getting too older now, but when I watched this one in 3D, and I was starting to get a really bad headache from it. But basically, if you don't, it's a movie. I feel like everyone should know. If you haven't seen it, it's basically about a boy who wakes up. It's on Christmas Eve, and he doesn't believe in Santa Claus, and a train comes, or the Polar Express train, and it's him and these other kids are going to go to the North Pole on this adventure to meet Santa Claus. That's, if you haven't seen it, I mean, it's definitely like a must-watch one. Okay, the next one here I got, this is actually, I have another anthology horror movie I'm going to talk about in a sec, but this one right here, I reviewed this to you guys a few years ago, around the Christmas time, and I upgraded it to Blu-ray just recently, so, this was kind of like a really great anthology horror movie here. It's a movie here called All the Creatures Were Stirring, here on Blu-ray. This is one I absolutely loved. For some reason, my mom didn't like this one. I enjoyed it. I mean, at least I always did. For the past few years, it's been out, but it's mainly about, has to do with this guy and this girl. I think they're going on their first date, and for their first date they go to like this kind of like this weird like theater and or just like play. And the play, of course, is kind of like the anthologies it's playing. I think it has 5 stories. I think, like, the first one had to do with this Christmas party at work, and like a Christmas present exchange that goes very wrong. I'm trying to figure out some of these ones. I can't really remember a whole lot of them. I think I remember one of them was about this guy who accidentally locks himself out of his car, and he sees his van, and he tries to ask for help, and then that goes wrong. Quite a few stories. I can't remember exactly all of them, but I don't want to say too much of the stories, but really great anthology one right here. It has Constance Wu in this one. I think she's in the last story, if I'm not mistaken. The next one here I got, another anthology movie. This one, though, I actually do like. And I do kind of like how different it was for a different kind of like anthology movie, the way this movie did it. I still do like All the Creatures Were Stirring a little bit better, though. This is a movie that came out a few years ago with William Shatner in it called A Christmas Horror Story here on Blu-ray. And essentially, though, it has 4 stories, and William Shatner plays the DJ, and as I got to talk to him a few months ago on a video. If you guys haven't seen it yet, definitely check it out. But how the anthology stories go, it goes like how do I explain it? It goes like, tells a little bit of story 1, and then it goes to story 2, 3, 4, and then it goes back around to 1, 2, 3, 4. It kind of like reverses itself. If you guys seen this, you definitely know what I'm talking about. But but yeah. Sorry, I cannot talk. I woke up a few moments ago. Sorry, I can't talk. But the 4 stories in this one. One of them, the first one, which was actually kind of cool. It mainly had to do with these 3 kids who are like filming like a story at their school, and they go down in the school basement, and weird stuff starts happening. They end up getting trapped. The other story had to do with Santa Claus and a devil elf. And another story had to do with Krampus. Another story had to do with his mother, father, and their son finding a Christmas tree, and something ends up being wrong with the son, and that's mainly what it is. But I actually do like this one. I do like this one a little bit better, though. But I still, for a horror movie around Christmas, I still really enjoy that one now. Alright, the last one here on Blu-ray I have is a movie I remember seeing in theaters. I remember this one being okay. I do remember liking Elf a lot better, though, than this. But I did rewatch it, and I just forgot how fun this movie was. It was a movie with Vince Vaughn, and Paul Giamatti plays the Santa Claus. But it's a movie here called Fred Claus, here on Blu-ray. This movie right here, it's mainly about Fred Claus's character. It's Santa Claus is his brother. It was him. His childhood was really bad because his family paid attention to Paul Giamatti's character more than him. And then it's years go by, and he doesn't celebrate Christmas, because of course, just like all this stuff happens. And then he goes and visits his brother to the North Pole, and and works for his brother for a while. It's a great movie here. I mean, I highly recommend it. Great movie right here. Fred Claus here on Blu-ray. Okay, now on to the DVDs. So the first one here on DVD I wasn't sure if I was going to put this one in the Christmas pile, but it does have like a Christmas vibe to it, so I figured why not. This is one I ended up finding at a flea market this year, actually. And this one is on Blu-ray, so I'll definitely have to upgrade the Blu-ray at some point. It's on a burn-on-demand Blu-ray. But it's an Adam Sandler movie called 8 Crazy Nights here on DVD. I absolutely really love this movie. But it's mainly, it's an animated movie with Adam Sandler. It's mainly, his character is always kind of like, his character always gets nothing but trouble, and, the town, people in his local town that he lives in, people don't really like him. And, he ends up, what does he do? He ends up not paying his bill at a restaurant, and runs away from the police, and from that, he gets arrested. And, I think it's his old coach, I believe. This old man who has his voice, kind of like, Carl Weezer from Jimmy Neutron, and, which I actually thought it was him at first, Rob Paulson, because he's the one who does, Carl Weezer, but it's not, as far as I know. I don't know who voiced him, to be honest, but, it's him, and he bails him out, and, he's on probation, and he's got to do, community service, and it was kind of like him becoming friends with the little old man. It's a great movie right here, if you guys haven't seen it. It's actually a 2-disc set, right here. I don't know why I'm showing you the back, but, it was actually in great condition, though. Alright, this one right here, this next one right here, there is no Blu-ray of this one, as far as I know. I don't think there is a Blu-ray of this in any other country. This was a movie I remember hearing about back in probably like 2006. I remember first hearing about it when, back when, I just started collecting DVDs, when the, Ant Bully came out. The preview of this would play before, the Ant Bully. I always wanted to see it back in the day, but I never got to up until this year. And I really love this one. I thought this one was really funny. It's a movie here called Unaccompanied Minors here on DVD. And has quite a few cast members in this. Tyler James Williams from Everybody Hates Chris, Brett Kelly from Bad Santa, Trick or Treat, and Joe Mantegna's daughter's in this one as well. But it's mainly these kids, or mainly has to do with a brother and sister. I think they're on their way to go. I think they're on their way to go see their father around Christmas time, and I can't remember what they're there for exactly. But the flights get delayed due to a snowstorm, and they end up going. The security people end up taking them to this section where all the other kids are, and the section, it's filthy and nasty and just like hyper kids basically, and it's them being friends with the other kids, and it's them trying to figure out how to escape this room basically, and it's kind of like all the mischief that happens at the airport, all all like these neat rooms they end up going into. Like they go to the unclaimed luggage room. All the weird stuff that they go into in this airport. But I thought this movie was funny. I definitely highly recommend this one if you guys haven't seen this. Have those unaccompanied minors here on DVD. Alright, this next one right here. I just watched this one last night. I had to get a Blu-ray of this. I figured I liked this one since I loved the first one. But it's a movie here called The Bad Moms Christmas here on DVD. And this mainly has to do with the bad moms celebrating Christmas. And their moms end up coming over. And their moms end up basically kind of like ruining Christmas for them. You know, and that's mainly what it is. I actually really like this one. I don't understand why these bad mom movies are getting bad reviews. I thought they were just fucking hilarious, to be honest with you. But they were supposed to do a third one. I don't think they started filming it because of COVID. So I don't know when they're getting around to do that though. But definitely look forward to see what they do next though. But you know, great movie here to watch around the Christmas time. Like I said, I still have to get a Blu-ray of that. Same thing with this next one right here. It just came out the Blu-ray not too long ago. I think this month actually. But I had this one for a while before it came out the Blu-ray, so I definitely will be upgrading it this year. This next one right here it's a burn on demand actually. This was a movie. It's a horror movie that you don't hear people talk about too much. I don't know why. But I always remember this cover, the cover of this movie. It's a movie here called Don't Open Till Christmas here on DVD. I always remember this cover right here. And Vinegar Syndrome put this one out just recently. Which unfortunately I don't think it has this cover right here. I really wish it did, but I don't even know if it has like a reversible art cover. I don't know. But I really like this one though. And this movie was grainy too, so hopefully maybe the Blu-ray they cleaned it up a lot. So but the Blu-ray or the DVD right here is it's actually pressed disc or I'm sorry, not pressed disc. But this was mainly about they're a killer, and it takes place in London. It's mainly about this killer and someone in this like weird like paper looking like mask is going around killing Santa Clauses, and the police are trying to figure out what's going on because they don't know who this is, and you know he's taking out all the Santa Clauses and stuff. But that's mainly what it is. But I actually did like this one though. The last one here, this is the one I am going to sell. Because I tried to watch this one, I couldn't. I'm a big fan of the one with Sam Elliott and Cloris Leachman. I mean that movie is great, but this is the sequel that came out in 2003 called Prancer Returns. It was kind of like one of those kind of like direct-to-video name only like sequels. But yeah, I just love the other one better though. They did do a another Prancer movie not too long ago. I forgot what they called that one though, but that was put out by Universal 1440 Entertainment. So I could definitely tell because of that company, because that company usually puts out a lot of direct-to-video sequels. So I could definitely tell it was definitely a sequel to, or supposedly a standalone sequel to the first Prancer. But yeah, but this one, I just did not like this one. But that is it for this DVD and Blu-ray update. So, I hope you guys had a Merry Christmas. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. And this is also, like I said, the final DVD and Blu-ray update of 2022. So, our next one will be in 2023. Bye.